Welcome to the stage, Chief Reef Officer of Coral Vita and Summit Impact Climate Fellow, Sam Teicher.
Good morning. My name is Sam Teicher. I am the co-founder and chief reef officer of Coral Vita, a company that grows corals to restore dying reefs, and I have a job that should not exist. So many of you can picture coral reefs. Maybe you got to visit them while we cruise through the Bahamas. If you get the chance at Bimini, I highly recommend jumping in the water, getting to experience this incredible underwater world that we have globally that not only is magical, but also is critically important. There's up to 1 billion people, quarter of marine life that depends on this single ecosystem, with over $2.7 trillion generated annually by powering tourism economies, protecting coastlines from storms. But all of this wonder and value is threatened because reefs are dying. We've lost half the world's coral reefs since the 1970s, and we're currently on track to lose over 90% by 2050. So in a single human lifespan, we can see one of the world's most incredible and most important ecosystems disappear in front of our eyes. Now, the best thing to do for reefs is to stop killing them. We're lucky everyone in this room is working on the solutions that they're working on. But just as we can plant trees for reforestation, we can also plant corals for reef restoration. It's a field that's existed for several decades. There's amazing communities, NGOs, researchers that have shown how we can bring reefs back to life. But long story short, unfortunately, the existing model, these underwater gardens that are largely grant and donation funded, low tech, can only grow limited species of corals. They don't scale to meet this challenge. That's why we started Coral Vita, which is a mission-driven for-profit using commercial land-based coral farms to scale restoration. We are using breakthrough novel scientific methods to grow corals in months and years instead of decades and centuries, strengthen the resilience to threats like warming oceans, and deploying this model so we can scale restoration globally and keep reefs alive for future generations. We're also doing this as a business. So instead of a grant here, a donation there, looking back on those values that reefs provide, we have vertically integrated farms, like the one very close but not on the island we're going to in Freeport, Grand Bahama, where we sell restoration as a service to hotels, developers, insurers, governments, use our farms as revenue-generating tourism attractions. We have adopted coral campaigns, partnered with brands, while then also developing licensing technologies to other restoration practitioners, all so that we can fund the ecosystem scale impact we need to keep reefs alive for the future. And while doing this, we have a community-based approach to our model wherever we go, from the Bahamas to Saudi Arabia to Dubai, where we have operations, ensuring that we're hiring locally as much as possible, using our farms as education centers, partnering with NGOs locally based so that we can empower the communities that rely on these reefs the most. And it's not just something that's theoretical. Having lived in Grand Bahama for years, I was there for Hurricane Dorian, which was the strongest storm in recorded history to hit the country. I don't recommend staying for Cat 5s. And on top of the devastation it did across Abaco and Grand Bahama, billions of dollars lost, countless lives lost, we also saw how ecosystems like mangrove forests and coral reefs actually save people's lives. They gave people enough time to get to higher ground, to get to their neighbors' houses. So these ecosystems, nature really allows us to survive and thrive. We rely on nature a lot more than nature relies upon us. So having gone from that experience, we actually have taken massive steps forward. We're signing restoration contracts around the world. We were hired by the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology to help power what will become the biggest coral farm in the world, working with the Global Fund of Coral Reefs. And we were also recognized as the inaugural winner of Prince William's Revive Our Ocean Earthshot Prize. And just for scale, again, this is a sort of snapshot as well as a real shot of what the coral farm in Saudi Arabia is going to look like. Our technology, which is using AI machine learning with camera systems, is already being embedded into the project. We've got 30 tanks in the Bahamas. They're eventually going to have 400 tanks. And it's a model that not only can restore reefs in the Red Sea, but hopefully is replicable all around the world. And again, this was an idea that my friend and I started with a $1,000 grant while we were in grad school. There was small bits of money here and there going to this space, but now there's billions of dollars being committed from governments, the private sector, conservation financiers. And with our model, we really have an amazing opportunity to help scale restoration, not only through our own work, but hopefully showcasing how for-profit, for good for nature, can deploy capital to other practitioners all throughout the world. We're looking at opportunities from here in Miami and Fort Lauderdale to Barbados, Mexico, the Maldives. Our ultimate vision is that every nation on Earth needs large-scale land-based commercial coral farms. And we've had a tremendous amount of wins. I won't go through all these, but just all to say that it's an opportunity to highlight not just why coral restoration is necessary, but through this means, which is fun. Hopefully people will get the chance to get in the water and plant corals with us. Also to then advocate with the PEPs of the world and others to actually protect these ecosystems that sustain us all. Excited to share, we're actually gearing up now for a Series A in the next month or two. It'll be the first Series A to my knowledge for a coral restoration company in the world. Appreciate it. And we actually have an open note right now as we look to close that out and start scaling around the world, invest more in R&D. We're looking to partner with people to help tell the story, to fund restoration, to connect with governments. Also, that again, we really have this opportunity to catalyze a restoration economy that can ensure that these ecosystems that are incredible and so important survive and thrive for generations to come. We got an amazing team. Started off with me and my co-founder, Gator. We've now got 30 staff worldwide and are continuing to grow. And this is really a collective effort. So very much invite everyone here to come help us take care of coral reefs, jump in the water. And again, Coral Vita, Sam, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys over the next few days.